know if everything is looking, or it sounds okay, because it's been a few days since we streamed, so maybe there's something changed. But yeah, it looks like we're going to be jumping straight into a GvG, which is very convenient. Looks like it's Nilfgaard versus, who is it? Nilfgaard versus
Hi5.
Hi5, that's the one. All right.
It's like a slight gear advantage to the Nilfgaard by a tier, so they've also held the high ground first. Hi5 running that one-handed hammer with Cater Shield is just going to walk up the choke, actually. Hams gets a two-man stun immediately. And Albania is trying to push in and get some damage off. Sino takes a ton of damage. The Stalker Jacket coming out from Albania, doing a little bit of damage. Looks like it does get purged off, though. Woohoo trying to build his stacks up, currently about half health, using the Inferno Shield. Albania goes back and hits two people with that Mighty Swing, but isn't going to do too much with it. H-Derp is trying to do what he can with that Spear Flings, but he does get countered. And the kill, actually, it was the kill that countered it. The Sticky Potions on the choke, not surprising there. And looks like Hi5 are trying to pull away right now. Obviously 4v5 currently. They look like they're actually still trying to fight for the time being. Woohoo push a little bit too far forward, gets 50% health. Wow, Albania actually going in ham with that Mighty Swing, hitting three people, dropping them quite low. ZZ Carrot Farmer's quite low, trying to push up that choke. Lots of mana issues now onto the Nilfgaard side, but it looks like the healer's just going to have to sit at the back and top people up. Lightnick has actually managed to get back in the fight with that Wildfire Staff, so maybe Hi5 can make something happen here. The Meatball comes in, hits two, drops him very low. Wow, Albania has just completely left his team. He's walking into the middle of a fight in a bad situation. He gets that poison pot. Sino's actually in a bad spot as well, but Albania could get swapped onto. The block comes off and looks like he's going to be okay. Still the Stalker Jacket coming out, and that's Sino going down. ZZ Carrot Farmer soon to follow, does go down to the Mighty Swing, and that was a huge turnaround for Hi5. This 7-1 set is going to waste right now. Rethine Itikos actually took time to loot there. Lightnick actually took a lot of damage, but HDRP is going to try and get away. Then Royal Plate Boots could have saved his life. He's on 19 health currently, and looks like he is going to get away, and Hi5 do take the fight.
Yeah, that was actually very well played by Hi5, I think, to not immediately withdraw after losing the first member. You know, they stayed in for a little bit, held pressure at the southern staircase choke, and as a result, I think ended up trading 2 kills there and maintaining control now of the cap game. So I'm assuming we will see them cap, across the board and then camp middle ground on the hill. That's pretty standard Gusky, if you will.
Yeah, so obviously getting through that first set of Nilfgaard as well. We don't know what set they're going to come back in first out with now. Looks like they're still going to hold a gear advantage onto Nilfgaard, holding sort of 1,200 item power per person right now, compared to Hi5's when I can actually inspect someone, 1,100. It's literally a tier difference between the two. But yeah, Nilfgaard are going to loop round to the bottom, go for this cap, and Hi5 are just going to hold this top ground right now.
See if Hams can come out with another nice stun on that one-hander there. I noticed initially they're right up the choke point, landed on 2 people, and then allows, of course, the rest of the team to apply a little pressure coming up against the other 3 members.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of just walked in, but the fact that he was just able to walk into that fight was brilliant, and Nilfgaard had to react to that a little bit sooner, I think. The standard trade-in, the Fire versus Frost right now. Lightnick using that Wildfire Staff, so Nilfgaard pushing up this choke is going to hurt them a lot, so they have to be careful of that. Certainly wary of it, at least. But ZZ Carrot Farm actually getting a lot of damage off. Burning a little bit of mana, but looks like he's going to be okay. He has got the Druid Cal for himself right now. We see the Royal Plate Boots from Woohoo going in. The teleport on Hams getting that stun off onto 2. The Armor Pierce to follow, but H-Derp getting a lot of people caught in that Forest of Spears. Looks like Hi5 are going to react to it really well. Lightnick has just gone for an absolute walk through the park. He has left that fight. He's in a really bad spot right now for a Clothy. He's not in great times, but at the top we've got Sino Newbie taking a ton of damage. Newbie's really low, Sino's really low. So many Mighty Swings going off right now. The entire team's very low. Hellion Hood coming down, and that was great play by both there. Rethine Itikos going down for Nilfgaard, but Newbie does get swapped onto for Hi5 as well and goes down. H-Derp going to go down as well, and Woohoo's got them Royal Plate Boots to try and escape. The teleport stun again from Hams. Sino's going to go down. ZZ Carrot Farmer looks like it's going to get dropped, and Woohoo is just going to walk in the opposite direction. Again, really well handled by Hi5. Not really sure what happened with Lightnick there. He just seemed to wander through that fight and was like, yep, don't worry about me, but got quite intense quite quickly. The stuns from Hams have been on point every time.
This is, I a nice showing from Hi5, showing that a 1-tier gear disadvantage isn't everything, you know, Gusky? Like 2 times now they've come out in a fight. First fight started a little rocky, you know, losing a member initially and then holding and trading for 2 others. This fight a lot more clean from the Hi5 guys, as typically we see, you know, it's, let's call it super common, you know, of course, A+++ standard meta that sticky potions are just everywhere, right? That's pretty normal, but interesting situation here for Hi5, way out of position and allowing Nilfgaard to take the hill, question mark?
I think Hi5 actually took that time to go and bank, but completely gave up that top point. So that's 2 points over to Nilfgaard now. So that's really not the situation you wanted to be in. That's a 4-man armor pierce. Hams realizes and walks the opposite direction. He isn't involved in that armor pierce. Doesn't want to be in that life. Woohoo's actually down the choke. Albania's going to get the some stacks up. The Ham's going in for the blink into stuns. Freezing Wind onto the choke point. Doing a lot of damage, actually, catching 3 people there. The Everlasting Spirit. Lightning getting a massive wildfire. But still, it's not going to be able to connect with too many Nilfgaard people. They've kind of taken the fight into the middle of this platform. Albania's got some stacks. H-Step's in a lot of trouble. Lightning gets completely topped by that Druidic staff. Newbie's in a pretty bad spot, but in the icebox to keep him safe. Albania actually gets a 4-man mighty swing there, it looks like. Lots and lots of damage. Lightning's playing really up front, and no one's punishing him for it. He gets that firewall onto 2. And H-Step has seen him and goes hammer. He's doing a lot of damage. The wildfire staff coming out, but Lightning's completely running away from his healer. The seed actually does land on him, and ZZ Carafarmer gets swapped onto and drops. Zainu is going to follow shortly after. Surely he is going to go down. He's getting spam healed right now, and the healer of Nilfgaard is taking a ton of damage in return. Sino goes down. Sudden death does go down for Hi5, but it looks like this fight is already over with Hi5's advantage. Woohoo's going to stick around. Got that Iron Will up at the moment. The Royal Plate Boots is what's expected to come out after, but the guys are coming out with perfect play. H-Step actually managed to get some of the loot there, but Hi5 do win that fight quite convincingly. The Royal Plate Boots, and H-Step actually did that greed get him caught. The stun coming out, the Royal Plate Boots are still up. The firewall coming down perfectly, vertical one, and he is going to drop as well. That was great play, a little bit too greedy from him, but Hi5 reacted really well to that.
I like the double loot Royal Boots. I'm gonna bounce, you know. Like, hey, I looted 2 bodies. I better get out of here. That was 2 gorgeous geysers in that fight, actually.
Yeah.
Both kill securing, I would say, easily. One on the staircase, one on the ramp below the staircase after the double loot from Nilfgaard there. So kudos on those geyser plays coming out. I like to see that. A quality use to kill secure with a geyser. That's I'm okay with that kind of content.
Yeah, and Hi5. A little bit more composed this time. Lightning's actually completely run off. So again, Hi5 are going to allow Nilfgaard to take this first fight 4v5 to start off. Actually looks, yep, H-Step's just capping at the bottom, and Nilfgaard are going to be looking for a push very soon. Imagine Lightning's going to loop right round in a second, but he's still not actually coming back yet. Nilfgaard are going to push this. 2 Royal Plate Boots. That's amazing wind wall from Hams. Well reacted. That's completely wasted 2 cooldowns. Hams just wants to get out of that situation. Woohoo and H-Step still going to push up, but Lightning's now here, and Albania has gone absolutely crazy. He's in the middle of all of them. Nilfgaard, he's in a bad spot. The stickies galore, as well as the demonics coming down. Looks like the meatball out of nowhere does go a complete miss, and Hi5 are really taking a lot of damage in this. Nilfgaard are a lot more composed, pushing out a little bit more spread out. Hams is getting them stuns off. The Demon Helmet onto Sino. The Mighty Swing coming down, hitting as many people as he can, doing a lot of damage. Hi5 actually regrouping really well there, pulling back up the choke point, but that Forest of Spears is going to do work. Woohoo is not giving up on this. Lunatic was taking a little bit of damage there, but the Icebox does come out. Sudden Death's not out of trouble yet, though. He is so low. That's an amazing geyser to keep him up. And in the meantime, Albina is still putting pressure onto Nilfgaard, just solo him and Newbie doing work. Woohoo's in a really bad spot, very low. He could still go down. The geyser there to completely shut him down. That's another well-played geyser right there. And Hi5 are going to completely just dominate this fight now. You know, keep walking down the choke, and the meatball coming down. See who can hit. Actually hits 2. That could be a kill secure right there. Very close. The armor pierce come down. Doesn't look like it's going to finish though.
I thought they were going to get one there with like the slow, like that was Indiana Jones there running down that staircase, and they just see the huge meatball coming and they're like, oh no. But they have to run straight back to the tent or they know they're going to get caught. Just about kill secured with the meatball frostbomb combo. Unfortunately, no Pierce kill after that. It was close, but you know, when you're trying to kill a healer, that's probably not going to happen. He can just quickly heal himself up when you see the inevitably slow rolling meatball coming towards you.
Yep, it does look like that's going to be a 20-point tick, and that's 2 points left. I imagine Nilfgaard are just going to take their gear and be ready to beat Audi as soon as possible. Hi5, great showing there. Like I said, gear disadvantage, and still played really well, played to their advantages, and I got to give them credit.
Hi5 just banking sets this GvG. Whew!
Good showing. I mean,
3 sets worth. I think that they walked back there. Gusky, did you actually watch? I think it was like 3 rounds because they sent 2 people back to the tent every time, right? I think it was.
I think there was 9. I think there was 9 deaths on Nilfgaard. It's 9-7-1 sets. Hell artifacts galore on Nilfgaard as well. We had Hellion hoods, Cative shields. Yeah, that's bank made for Hi5 for a 6-1 showing.
perhaps we can. Oh well, I think the distributors are also over here. Drama Vulcan team here, but looks like they're running back and they're actually on the losing side. So. Actually, Alex de Conduras are doing pretty well here.
They've been performing really well actually over the last couple of days. I've watched a GvG of theirs the other day, and they've really been performing very well. Quite dominant in a lot of GvGs recently.
That was like an instantly launched Retaliate there as well, I believe. GvG ends, Retaliate comes up like automatically. Here we go, and then the question is, did the boys sign up right away? You know. Are they hopping in that instantly launched Retaliate, or
are they? I don't know. The first fight was pretty cool, I guess. I mean, what do you think about that? I guess, what do you think contributed to it? We did have like a nature versus a holy, right? The healers.
Yeah, I don't know that argument is like super sound anymore. I feel like you can do good with either of them. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't think that. I think that came down to like coordination on stuff too. Like even Hi5, Gusky, when they fell off of top, I was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you just gonna sacrifice like location advantage to Nilfgaard? That seems silly, but it didn't seem to bother them. So
yeah,
Hamza's got to be the MVP right there. He did absolute work there. The geysers were all on point.
Geysers were on point. The stun was on point. Also, if you noticed, like the silences and purges were like almost all on point on kill targets. Obviously, getting called out right away. Couple times, like people out of position. I noticed a few times where I think Seed probably saved some people, so having Nature Healer in this situation was good because if we can take anything away from Hi5, Evoke, you know, you mentioned it, like the Nature versus Holy. Nature probably helped out because, you know, Gusky, I'm not sure if you were watching everybody all at once or just one person, but a lot of times Hi5 had someone who was like, I'm just wearing Scholar's robe, gonna go deep, no big deal, you know?
Oh yeah, I noticed certain people wanting to be